My name is Colby Chevis, and this is my story. I grew up in church. We were always in church from as long as I can remember. We started out going to a all black church in Dallas. After that, my parents got launched to be pastors. We were just kids, so we didn't really serve, but we were always there. We were like first to get there, last to leave, PK. One Friday, the entire worship team quit. And so literally we're coming home from school. My mom's driving. Kids, so how was school today? Good? Okay. It's Friday, but we need y'all to lead worship on Sunday. We're like, what? I'm 11. What do I know about leading worship? And so me, my brother, and my sister, we were the worship team. My parents were pastors all those years, and we were on a team, and a couple of the leaders in the church had gotten upset about just some stuff that they were, some of it was people falling into sin, some of it was people, not being loving. And I watched my parents walk with people. I watched my parents love on people. And so to watch those same people attack them, and then when you can't get to them, where do people go when they can't get to parents? They go to the kids. And so me and my siblings were attacked. I was angry because even my parents, they didn't complain about it. I could see how it affected them, but they were like, guys, we gotta love people, we have to forgive people. What was left of the church at that point, which was maybe about 10, 15 people, we ended up merging with another church. And so I was like, okay, it was, new start, new people, whatever. Our church, my parents' church, was very diverse. We had black people, we had Hispanic people, we had Asian people, we had white people, we had a few people that were mixed Indian, we had some black British. It was the first time I'd ever heard a black person speak with a British accent. It was the most peculiar thing I've ever seen in my life. But anyway, it was very diverse. And so we just knew love everybody. Differences is what make us the kingdom of God. And so we merged with a church that was predominantly white. And it was the second time, but it was probably the most glaring time that I'd ever experienced racism in church. People would give us weird looks. I remember that there was a particular parent of one of the kids, and their particular kids loved my siblings. And I remember anytime he saw them talking to my siblings, he would grab them and be like, hey, come here. Not with anything to do, not we're leaving, not, nothing, just, and it's something you can just feel. So I got to a point to where I said, I love the Lord. I said, but I can't do church, and I don't know how to do church anymore. I was submitted to the head, but I didn't want to be a part of the body. I had just given up. And so there was about a 2-year period where I didn't go to church. So I saw an advertisement on Facebook from one of the pastors of a church called Church on the Hill.
We have something great to announce to you: the opening of our brand new campus in Mansfield, Texas.
I'm 20 years old, and I just need some direction in life, so let me go. I go to the service, and I remember being like, it was cool. But then something happened. So someone invites me, to, hey man, are you in a small group yet? And I was like, no. What's that? So he kind of explains, he's like, oh, well, one thing we really love to do here at Church on the Hill is we do life together. We don't just go to church, we break bread, we hang out. I was like, you know what? I probably need some of that in my life. That is why I stayed, and I will maintain that I stayed because I got plugged into a small group, and actually beyond the pulpit, someone was like, so what's going on in your life? I remember I was like, they have a worship team, they have all this other, they've talked about after I went through Grow Track. They were like, all these places you could serve, and I was like, I'm not ready to serve anywhere. And that was when I realized that there was still some hurt I was dealing with. I was like, I'm not ready to get on a worship team. I don't even want to hold no doors open. I'm not ready. There was a big wall I had up, and I didn't trust people. I kind of was starting to trust some leaders, but I was waiting on something to happen. The thought that was going through my mind is, you get plugged in, you get invested, you start loving on these people, and they're gonna hurt you just like everybody else did. And so why not protect yourself from having to deal with that again? You're not gonna lose your salvation if you don't keep going to this church. I think I either mentioned that I sang, and small group leader, James, he looks at me, he goes, dude, why aren't you on the worship team? And I was like, I don't really want to join the worship team. I'm not trying to do all that. But he's like, but we have grit on Friday. I was like, I'll go, but I went there and I felt immediately overstimulated. There's too many people here. But he was like, hey man, there's somebody I want to introduce you to. So I'm like, sure. He goes, hey Colby, I'd like you to meet my friend Lance Byler. Because I think he mentioned by that point, he's our worship leader. And then Lance is like, bruh, we could use some singers in Mansfield. You should come audition. And for the first time, I felt peace to do it. And I was like, you know what? I said, I think I've been running. And I don't think I've been using wisdom. I think I've been operating out of fear that the past is going to replicate itself. I haven't wanted to serve again out of fear. The enemy was after my heart to serve God. He was after my desire to serve God. Even my desire to serve people that got wore down with dealing with people. He was after my heart to the point that I was so bitter and walled up at one point that I didn't want to be around people. I didn't want to love on people. I didn't want to walk with people. But when I chose to submit myself and to give him my heart, to give him my pain, to give him everything I had gone through and choose to let him do the work of healing, that was when I saw miracles. I saw miracles everywhere. I saw that community is valuable, even in its imperfections. The peace that I have is that if it happens again, he'll deliver me again. If it happens again, he's still good. He's still there. If the Lord can redeem me, he can redeem you too.